You know, I really did think we were finished with the Alyssa Mercante saga. I thought that after she received that letter from smashjt and Ron Coleman, that would shut her down, she would learn there is no case, and maybe whatever intelligence she does have would take priority. Whatever sense of logic she may have would take precedence, and she would realize it's over, it's donezo, you got nothing. But instead, she decided to double down and has put out one of the dumbest tweets I've ever seen, even by her standards. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol. And first, for the catch-up, I'm sure you guys saw this from a few days ago. I was hopeful that Jeff Tarzia, smashjt, would take my letter as an opportunity to be more mature, but in the absence of his good sense, I will be pursuing the legal remedies and have given my team permission to pursue those. Of course, Smash says, take the L. I love how she pulls out his good sense when, again, she has no case. Defamation is incredibly difficult to win on, and even if she was trying to go for that, nothing Smash has said even meets the qualifications of defamation. I actually really liked 8-Bit Eric's take on this. I was really hoping Alyssa Mercante would use Ron Coleman's epic rebuttal to her lawyer's pathetic letter to Jeff Tarzia as a chance to learn from getting buried, but clearly this was too much. Instead, she's just going to keep handing us content. Thanks, Alyssa. Now, I would like to state from the get-go, I don't actually like making content about Alyssa Mercante. It's not fun anymore. In fact, in the Twitter post that I made, which we're more or less going to go over, I don't even hate her. I say it flat out. I pity her. I do. I pity Alyssa at this point. It's not fun to talk about her. It's not funny to talk about her. It's just an old, boring shtick that should have been buried ages ago, but she won't let it die, and of course, we won't let it die either. This is kind of a fun, weird little struggle that's been happening ever since about February. But we're in October now, actually. We're in October now. So we are 8 months into this story, and it hasn't died. This has been one of the longest ongoing sagas in really, like, content creation history because things just keep happening. But then Alyssa dropped this gem. And this is what I think might be the dumbest of all time. Now, I gave a long post about this. Really, I want to do a video on it because the lack of self-awareness and the complete and utter misunderstanding of the free speech and the way the internet works is kind of astounding for somebody who claims to be so politically minded and have been raised by the internet. So we're going to go through this before we do hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. And while I said several videos, in fact like a couple months ago, that I was hoping it would be the last time I ever covered Alyssa Mercante, things just keep happening, and I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't report on it, at least in some way, shape, or form. So this from Alyssa. I just want the lies about me to stop being spread. That is my goal. No, that's not your goal. Your goal was to take a political and ideological stance and shove it down the throats of gamers the world over. When you initially started the harassment campaign against Cabruz Rambo, against DEI Detected and Sweet Baby Inc. Detected on Steam, you infiltrated a Discord, you got a bunch of false information, and then you were caught in a different Discord admitting you didn't care if the article you wrote was lies, that you had an angle that you wanted to tell it from. So you were in no way, shape, or form trying to be in good faith from the very beginning of this. There's no lies being spread about you. You showed your colors very early on to what a sleazy, skanky snake that you truly were. And then it only snowballed and escalated from there. You don't want lies about you stop being spread. You want your public image back prior to what has become, because that was the lie. You were not, people didn't see Alyssa Mercante for what she really was. You were just another nobody kotaku journalist that, frankly, this is the most attention you've ever gotten, and because you can't handle that attention, you want that pseudo-anonymity back. It's really sad. So your goal is not to stop lies. It's about trying to actually reinforce the lies, bring back the lie of what you used to be before you were exposed. Then you say, none of this has been easy, emotionally, financially, personally, or professionally. Well, it shouldn't be easy. You brought this on yourself, and if it hasn't been easy emotionally, well, you should have thought about that before you became a public figure, as Z-list as you are, a public figure nonetheless. You decided to engage in a platform, put your name and face out there, to start acting as an authority on a hobby that's been around since long before you were born, and a hobby that many of us have loved since long before you were ever in the biz. So yes, the emotional damage you're experiencing is wholeheartedly brought on by yourself, and if you can't handle it, then you shouldn't be in a position where being a public figure is part of the job. You say it hasn't been easy on you financially. Well, you've talked ad nauseum about how Kotaku doesn't pay you well. But have you lost out on any gigs because of the things that Smash or Hypnotic or myself have said? Have you lost any sort of income? No, not to my knowledge at least. In fact, Kotaku has been running defense for you for the last 10 months, and so have a bunch of others, other platforms, other individuals. You've still been invited to the parties. You've still shown your little videos at the GDC, for example, showing that you're, oh, come fight me physically, when you're in a room surrounded by people who ideologically bow down to everything you have to say. So how has it not been easy on you financially? Is it because you had to reach in your back pocket and get a lawyer and try and open up the wallet so that you can have this frivolous lawsuit that you're going to lose because you don't have a case? Once again, the financial side of it, you brought on yourself. I mean, you could always go do something else that pays more money. I would love to see you in a coal mine, but you're not going to do that. You're just playing the victim now. You say it's been difficult for you personally and professionally. Once again, you brought it on yourself. What do you mean it's been difficult for you personally? Have people stopped corresponding with you? Have they, did you lose sources? Are you now not able to do your fundamental game journalism because, on a professional and personal level, people don't want to interact with you? Maybe they don't want to interact with you because ever since you decided to show your true colors on the internet, people have realized you're kind of disgusting. And not even in that whole, oh man, I bet you got a bunch of STDs way that we've made so many jokes about since you openly brag about your past sex work history. But you got a disgusting soul. You're disgusting on the inside, which is far worse than anything on the outs. Like, the reason so many of these anti-women gamergate chuds, as you like to call them, say the things they do is because you you are the walking stereotype of everything they think about women. You actually do more to harm women than any of the nasty negative things that your caricatures of these anti-woke Gamergate chuds could ever be. And I've seen them say some pretty fucked up things about women. But then you say you're determined to establish fact from fiction. Point out where anybody lied. Now, people have made jokes, people have been hyperbolic, people have been metaphorical, but those are just ways of our own styles of writing or talking or garnering entertainment, no different than what you do in these articles you write, except for we actually do it with some sense of humor and talent. But yes, there is no fact in fiction, and if you truly do want to separate fact from fiction, go to Discovery, because that's going to be amazing. When this gets to Discovery, that is going to be the best part, because you have been caught deleting tweets. As Vex Electronica pointed out, you changed your profile picture to something far more palatable for whatever jury or court you end up finding yourself in. But deleting the tweets, the internet's forever, hun. Everyone's got the receipts, the screenshots are there, the alt accounts have been collecting everything. There is nothing that you can hide that has not already been found out that Ron Coleman, being a really, really good lawyer as he is, isn't going to be able to expose. So not only is Discovery going to make you look like a chump and make you look like a fool, it's going to make you look like a liar, and it's going to show that you are in fact the instigator who is now trying to cover your tracks to play the victim. And then you say you want to set a standard for what is and isn't okay in the digital space. That is the worst part. Of all the trite dribble in this post, the setting a standard for what is and isn't okay in the digital space is the worst, because it shows that you are so narcissistic as to think that you know what's best for the entire internet, for the digital space, for the way that content creators and fans and gamers all interact throughout this global method of communication. That you have it figured out. The arrogance in that statement, you setting a standard, is so disgusting that I made a really long post about how you shouldn't have been doxxed, about how you brought it on yourself, about how it was negative, the whole nine. I kind of want to take my nice words back because, yeah, the internet's going to be the internet. And yes, while things like doxing aren't okay, that's already a crime. Talking shit isn't a crime. In fact, talking shit has been a fundamental cornerpiece of video game history since the inception of games. And you are so emotionally and mentally weak that you can't handle that, and you want to use a lawsuit against, just let's be real, some random YouTuber, because that's what smashjt is, no offense buddy, to try and police the entire World Wide Web. You're just a disgusting human being. Again, she has had some abhorrent tweets, some abhorrent articles, some abhorrent life situations that she put herself in that she is proud of, but I think that nothing is worse than this tweet because it encapsulates everything of the last 10 months in a single paragraph. I am the victim when really I am the emotional abuser. I am so narcissistic as to be able to play the victim and manipulate others, or at least attempt to manipulate others into being in my corner. And then I am also so all-powerful that I get to dictate how the internet works, how the video game space works, how nerd culture works, how those that read articles on the internet for clout and clicks work. The controlling, the narcissism controlling mentality that you have is on full display in one paragraph, and you don't even see it. You are so blind to your own flaws that you don't see it. Everything that you accuse us of doing, everything that you said happened in this tweet, you have done. Not that we haven't, but you have also done. You did first and arguably did worse because of the size of your platform. So, yeah, at this point, I am just so ready for this to go to Discovery. I'm so ready for all this to come out. Because while covering the Alyssa Mercante stuff isn't fun or funny, it's just sad, it's just pitiful. Maybe Frost 2.0 here will finally be excised from the gaming space when she takes the massive L. And there'll be some other boogeyman or whatever to fight. Because Alyssa isn't even the problem. She's a symptom of the problem. But if we treat this symptom, maybe that will at least give us more time to focus on the actual problem. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about the Alyssa Mercante situation or gamergate, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 80 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity. But only one kind of diversity of thought. If that's interesting to you, join the Discord, hit subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.